And welcome back to our commercial-free presentation of the title match of the Geico Shark Championship. Osku Palermo getting set to bowl for the title of the Geico Shark Championship right now versus Dan McClelland. Time now for our Geico Championship recap. Randall.
Thank you, Rob. It's match number one, featured Jason Belmonte and Michael Fagan. The two best friends, they battled all the way to the 10th. Jason Belmonte coming out on top, 248 to 223. Then in match number two, Belmonte goes to the air. He takes out Tom Smallwood, 208 to 192. Then it's a battle of the two-handers. Not one, but two Greek churches. Jason Belmonte, well, you know what he wants to do to himself. Osku Palermo, he wins the battle of attrition, 182-176.
The tournament leader is a three-time collegiate All-American from Saginaw Valley State representing Canada, Dan the Man, Dan McClelland.
D-Mac, a native of Windsor, Ontario, Canada, will start this one off. He will conclude on the right lane, but here he is on the left.
See, things haven't changed for this lane.
Well, he's been watching the telecast with us, Randy. He knows that this left lane is issue-oriented.
Yeah, and that's why he chose to start the match on this lane and finish on the right lane, and make Osku finish on the left lane.
Open frame 8. You know me, I'm the positive guy. If you're going to have an open frame, get it out of the way in the first frame.
Better to do it now than on a string of strikes.
There's a look at your two-seat. Osku Palermo, just 2 strikes on the left lane. In his previous match, here he is on the right. A late kick gives him the opportunity for just a single pin spare conversion.
Boy, and you can really see how the oil pattern's just been blown apart by players with extreme high rev rates. Remember where they first started? In our first match, they were closer to 4th or 5th arrow. In just a couple of games, the players are as far left as they can get, lofting it over the gutter cap.
And now Osku moves over to the left. We saw what it did to D-Mac in his first frame, in open frame 8. But Osku has had more time to kind of survey this left lane.
And right about now, 9 spares okay on that lane.
Yeah, you just saw him with the hands coming out. Ah, that's all right.
It's like, all right.
Just want to avoid splits, avoid ugly leaves.
Those circles that you get, that they put in that frame there, and then they put a dash through it, that's not good. Just get the little diagonal line and move along.
Keep it moving, people. Keep it moving. McClelland, the 5th consecutive player in this World Series of Bowling to earn the top speed in a stepladder format for the first time ever.
So he has to modify his 5-step approach where he stands in front of the bar, return a couple of tiny steps. We've seen players do that throughout the years, and it takes a pretty talented player to be able to pull that off. Dan McClelland is a talented player.
Family in town to cheer on Dan. His mom in the yellow. Dan's
Arsenal outburst, fairly high in terms of hook rating.
That is what you wanted to avoid.
Now it's going to be back-to-back open frames on this left lane. It's a pretty good shot out of his hand, but the ball just never lays off right through the face, and he pays for it.
Open frame, spare, open frame for DMAC. So Osku, how about that for a quick 25 pin advantage?
That'll loosen your swing up in a hurry.
And that's without having a strike yet. And finally, our first strike of the title match. All right, here is the more of what matters to you fan question brought to you by the makers of One a Day. To me this week, really?
This is for you, Rob, and it comes from Greg Williams of Levittown, Pennsylvania, the hometown of Bill O'Neill. And who do you like for the 2010-2011 PBA Chris Schenkel Player of the Year Award?
Well, who do you think Greg wants me to say, being he's from Levittown, PA, the hometown of Bill O'Neill?
Jason Belmonte?
No, I'm saying Bill O'Neill, and that's my answer. Bill O'Neill on top of the PBA World Championship final standings heading into that major. He's my vote. Oh, Brooklyn!
Yeah, it's going to start getting ugly on that lane, and right now there's no time to be proud. Take what you can get, avoid open frames on the left lane, and just try to stay clean, because it doesn't look like it's very easy right now to throw a double. Pure physics for Dan McClellan on the right lane, so two different balls. Something a little stronger on this right lane. Let's see about getting a strike here.
Negative. He was 10th going into match play, Randy. Then he ripped off an 8-1 record and sprang all the way up to the #1 seed. Could use some of that mojo right now.
He's turned a 5-step approach into a 3-step approach by virtue of standing in front of the bar return.
How difficult is it to change that step approach on the fly?
You better practice it a bunch. It's not something you can just snap your fingers to and expect to do it overnight. It takes a lot of work and a lot of practice.
How much of the power or the finesse does it take away when you're shortening up those steps?
For me, when I did it, it was hard to create velocity. You know, if I could stay soft enough, I was okay. But when I had to do that and throw it fast, that was hard because I just started arming everything.
Open frame, spare. Open frame, spare. No strikes, and he is on that nasty left lane right now.
All right, he switched balls in this left lane. Let's see what happens. Looking for his first mark.
There we go. Hoping for the DMAC campus. Not too little too late there on that change. Better to change in the 5th than the 7th or the 8th.
Hey, you know, he got a little experience last week, and he said, you know, he told us, Rob, he says, hey, man, this time I'm just going to go out and try to have some fun. If it's not there, it's not there. But if I need to make adjustments, I'm going to make them on the fly with conviction and try to have a little fun out there. I'll tell you what, he'd have more fun if he could start stringing some strikes together and get back in this match. Look out. Too fast and too wide. Now this shot is just going to kind of get a little wide and kind of stay out there. See that? He's been around the 7th arrow most of the time. That was really fast and really hard.
And he does not convert, leaves the 10 open frame. Lead now at 19 pins. But Osku working off his first open frame of this title match. His competitor, that you see over his left shoulder, already has 2 open frames. And now Osku slides on over to that left lane. He has gone spare strike on it in the title match. That 8 is shaken.
That's not very friendly. How do you leave a solid 8 when the ball's in the air, hooked about a total of 4 boards to the left, and you leave a solid 8 pin? I just don't get it. It's fading most of the way and then stands up for about a 3-board hook. I mean, solid 8.
Again, a spare, certainly not the worst thing on that left lane.
No, you're right, Rob, but when you throw it right there, you should strike 99.9% of the time. The only thing that could stand up would be a solid 8 pin, which is exactly what happened.
Come on, baby. You gotta be kidding me.
4, 6, 7.
Wow.
Well, the good news for D-Mac is he's in the Tournament of Champions with the regional title.
Bad news?
You've seen it over the course of the last couple minutes.
You know, the thing about, if you look at his game, he's paid the price on every marginal shot. You know, he got it wide, he left a washout. Every ball that's gone through the nose, he's split on.
Yeah, right.
3 open frames now.